We're at the switchback now, and we have some warnings here, or some things we need to be aware of.
Yeah, before we start the hike, just wanted to warn you, this is snake season, so we may see a rattlesnake today, or a king snake, or any snakes like that. So just keep your eyes out, and we'll make sure to take care of you guys.
Okay. So then after that, there's another visitor that is up here quite a ways up the switchback, and we've talked about him. And who might that be?
Henry?
Henry, tell the people at home who Henry is.
Henry is our mascot, and he's waiting for us up on the mountain, and he's kind of stuck there. He doesn't get to zip, so we'll tell you more about him when we get there.
All right, off we go on our next stop. Our friendly neighborhood bear. All right, go smoking. Stay on the trail. Just as you head up the switchback to go to the first station is an interesting little pond here, and I wanted Isabel to tell you all about that.
This right here is our natural spring. It was actually discovered by some of the people who had the property here before, when there was a chicken ranch. And they dug back here and hit a water table, and now there's 5 gallons a minute all year round, and the water just comes out here regardless of the weather.
And that water, it may look beautiful, but you can't drink that water.
Actually, they just had it tested, and we can actually make beer out of it.
Wow! Hiking and beer.
Yeah, it's a Skull Canyon IPA.
All right, we're going on to the first station. There's a permanent resident here in Skull Canyon. Night or day, rain or shine, always here to greet the guests, and I wanted Pete to tell you about this gentleman right over here.
Yeah, we call him Henry. That's our Indian head rock. If you take a look, there's a silhouette of an Indian head up there. He's facing up against the canyon. The name Henry came about because the first person who ever trained us out here in course rescue, his name was Henry. He happened to be an Indian fellow. So as we did this course about 20 times in one day, the joke became that that's Henry. So Henry has lived on, and he is still Henry to this day. So I don't know if you can show the viewers. Show up there, and you see the Indian head silhouette in there? You kind of see his lips down low, eye up a little bit higher. And if you look down a little bit lower, he's got a teardrop. See the teardrop hanging there?
Oh, yes, yeah.
Do you know what the teardrop is? Has a teardrop?
I don't know, but I'm sure he'll tell us.
Yeah. Well, he actually forgot his trolley, and he don't get to go with us, so...
He's got to oversee the safety of everybody out there on their tours. So, all right, we wanted to stop by and introduce Henry and say thanks to him for overseeing everybody's safety on these tours.
Correct. All right, we must continue on. Break time's over. Let's go.
Okay, I'm at the first station, and this is the first line I'm going to ride. Taylor's going to tell us what he and Isabel do for people when they come here. One's going to be here, and then they're going to go to the other side, so that way there's somebody there to meet you, but then there's somebody there to send you off on your first journey, right?
Yes, we're going to have someone hooking up, making sure everything's secure, and sending, and we're also going to have one of us down there catching, pulling you off the cable, giving your trolley back, and just making sure everyone's safe down there.
And I'm going to turn on the Go Cam.
Yeah.
So I'm ready to get this first one started.
All right, sounds good.
Go ahead.
All right, well, I'll catch you guys down there,
All right.
Oh, and you are filming well.
All right, Go Cam in place. I'm gonna get secure, and then off I go to the other side. This is gonna be great.
Tippy toes for me?
Okay. It doesn't pay to be short, but that's what I am.
We don't discriminate.
All right. Now, before I take off on this on the line, I have to make sure to get a decent little bit of a running start, right?
Yeah, if you'd like to.
Now, what these are is they're for steering, essentially, to try to keep you straight, or just try to give you a little bit more control.
Yeah, if you use this back one, kind of like a rudder, you can stay straight. And one of the best tips I can give you is to lean back as far as you can.
Okay.
And then you can use this blue lanyard right here.
Okay.
And just kind of little taps back and forth, and that should keep you relatively straight.
All right, I am ready to go. So I just get a little bit of a running start, and off I go, right?
Yep.
All right, here I go. Woohoo! I didn't plan on going this far.
was it?
It was great.
All right, you want to stand up?
All right.
Awesome. Is your adrenaline going?
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty cool.
Let me lift you back up.
Just before we started our tour, we talked briefly about safety, and I wanted Pete to talk about right here about what they have to do to make sure that these lines are secure.
Well, this is actually our original line right here. This is the first one we ever put in. We started out just putting a cable around the rock to a tractor down below, and that's when we figured out what really had to happen. So we actually had to have this rock here engineered by Caltrans. Caltrans came out and made sure this rock wasn't going anywhere, and then we had to drill the rock in several places and put in an actual ground anchor to secure that we could actually zip off of a rock.
Now, you were talk about weight and all that kind of. What's the? Somebody had mentioned to me before on the tour what there's like how much pressure or whatever like that is that it can withstand.
Well, the cable on this is half-inch cable. It's rated for about 24,000 pounds, but on this line, there's roughly about 2,000 pounds of tension on the line. That's how tight the cable is, and that each cable it'll vary depending on how long the zip is. 2,000 pounds here, up top you're running about 10,000 pounds of tension.
Safety first. This way you feel a lot more secure when you come out and enjoy a day here at Skull Canyon Ziplines. We're going on to our next stop. You like to encourage people to do something specific and give them an idea of what that is.
Yeah, we like our guests to help us trim our trees. So as you kind of go through here, there's trees on each side, and we kind of do like a little game, 10 points per leaf. Winner gets bragging rights for the rest of the day.
See, since I'm such a big chicken, I'm just going to hang on to this thing and just sail right through those trees.
All right, well, I'm going to try and grab a leaf.
Okay. I think she got one.
Make sure you're tight. Check you again. All right, now you gotta wait for the clear.
See if it gets any points.
No,
Yeah.
if I try to grab a leaf, I'm going to start spinning all over the place.
All right, you're all good to
We
go.
are clear, and off we go. Well, no leaf, but I'm shaking like a leaf. But that's the fun of it. Isabel's going to give us a little bit of information about this line in particular.
This is our number 5. It's the fastest line on this course. It's also our Hawaiian line. If you guys take a look down at the landing, it's a little oasis we've set up. You got palm trees, tiki, surfboards, all that. So we're flying from California to Hawaii. So we make sure that everybody gives us a big aloha on their way in.
Wow, a free trip to Hawaii right there in my own backyard. I can't wait. We'll join you at the other side.
All right.
Aloha.
All right, now I'm taking off from California and I'm going to Hawaii right now. Is this the big island over there?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
actually a little island, a
Okay.
little small one.
All right, then
But have fun.
but it's Maui, so aloha.
Aloha, yeah.
All right. Now I want to try to steer this thing better to get a better idea, but I can't.
All right. Aloha.
They like their jobs.
Well, you're going to send me from Hawaii to Japan
Yes, sir.
right now. But what do I have to do when I go off this thing? What do I got to say?
Bonsai.
Bonsai.
All
All
the
right. Let me know when I'm ready.
You're ready to go?
All right. Bonsai! I want to see if I can do this all the way straight. They've talked me into it. I'm going on the extreme line that we talked about just before I left the Aloha station and to go on to the other ones from Japan. So Taylor's going to tell us, how do I get ready for that?
Yeah, we're actually going to give you a shorter lanyard so you can reach the handles on your trolley. You're going to be coming in about 45 miles an hour, so we want to give you some handles to hold on to. That's going to be an awesome line. That one's about 1,700 feet long, and you're about 12 feet off the ground. So definitely a good speed run.
45 miles an hour, right? What into a pole?
Right into your landing, a nice soft landing.
All right, that of course, it's all safe. Oh, I'm looking forward to it, so off I go.
All right, let's do it.
Here I go, 1,700 feet of cable at 45 miles an hour. Don't think I'm not going to hang on to the cables. Or the handles, I should say. All right, I'm going to position myself here.
Alrighty.
And go this way.
Ready to go. So if you want, just grab onto those handlebars.
Okay.
And just take a run and start off.
All right. Here I go. Woo-hoo! Wow, this is great.
Step up on a little ladder right here. Top step. All right. We'll hold on to our rail. All right.
What an adrenaline rush I've had today. This has been a great visit at Skull Canyon Ziplines in Corona. And they do have a website that I'd like to mention. It's www.skullcanyons.com. Visit their website, and it has all the information that you need to bring your family out for a safe and fun-filled day. So I wanted to wrap up the show with the people that helped make this visit possible. So on behalf of
Mike, Pete,
Yvette,
Taylor,
Isabel.
And I'm John Shollenberger. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you again next time.